Hi everyone, it's me Joanne, and today I want to share with you my design team project for the piece by piece. I created something different this time. It's because I couldn't resist playing with the yummy shabby flowers or fabric flowers that I received from my DT package, and what better way to use them as hair accessories or handmade headbands. And I have a daughter, so I like to accessorize her. So I'm addicted to making headbands as well as hair accessories. So as promised to you guys, I said I was going to share with you my handmade headbands creations, or should I call them pretties, because that's what a lot of people are referring them as. I guess it speaks for themselves. So here are my creations, and let me share with you each of the hair accessories I created. So let me start with this. This one's my favorite. I actually wore this today when I met up with Leanne and Shireen. I met Shireen today, who's Proud Mommy 702. Hi Shireen. So yeah, this is what I wore today, and I really like it because it gives you that vintage shabby chic look. And I used one of those barrettes that I got from my Liquidation World store for such a good deal. And it's plain on top, and when I saw this, I immediately thought of altering it and creating something like this. So here's what I've done. For the bottom of the fabric flower here, I created this lace using the 5-inch width lace that Beverly or the Piece by Piece carry in the Etsy store, and I don't have any left, so I'll share with you what I've done. Meanwhile, I'll put this right here. I took the 5-inch lace. It's sort of like this, but this one's a 4-inch, and it was in cream, and I run it through my Vagabond using my flower die, and it's in a shape like this. So this is what I have remaining of. I cut out 4 petals, so four flowers, I mean, not petals, and I folded it in half like so, and then again to give it more of a triangular shape like this, and it gives you that poofiness into the flower, or more of a 3D. And then I just I took a circle felt. I think it was a bit bigger than this circle that I use, and then I just lined it on here and then added 3 more around. And so that's how I got the layer of this, or the bottom of this fabric flower. And then I obviously adhere one of the fabric flowers. I think this is the vintage pink. Don't quote me on that, but if you refer to my blog, I'll have all the product listing on there. So I added this fabric flower onto that lace, layered that on top, and then I did the same thing with this, and I just staggered it, or put this one on top of this. And then this is just a vintage button I received from my sister, and it just gives you the vintage look. So I really like this, very feminine. And then this one right here, I used one of those old Prima headbands that you can alter, and all I did is I took this flower trim from the Piece by Piece again. Most of the products I use are from the Piece by Piece. So I took 2. I didn't do anything, I didn't alter it. I just trimmed around, I trimmed the tool around, and then I just staggered it on top of each other. Took one of these heart rhinestone ribbon buckles from the Piece by Piece again, and I adhered one of these flat back pearls from my stash, and that's all to it. And then to give it more of a sturdy look, I applied felt on the back of 2 flowers, so put them together so it's not so it doesn't flop when my daughter wears it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this headband. For this one, this is my favorite. I created this for my daughter, and I love the mint blue or mint green color this summer. What I did with this flower, I'm sure you guys have seen a tutorial on this because it was everywhere on YouTube at one point. I took one of the pleated trims from the Piece by Piece, and you guys, these by far is the best pleated trim I've seen. And I don't know, it's because I guess the quality it's really good. It's very sturdy, it's not thin, and it doesn't fray. The edges don't fray at all. And I guess it's sewn on the bottom here. And then to seal the frayed edges here, if you get a not so clean cut, you just burn it off and it seals it perfectly for you. So what I've done with this one, I took one of those circle felts again, and let me grab my circle felt just as an example, and I just hot glue it all around like so, and I just kept layering all over on top of each other. So I mean, you get the idea. I don't do tutorials because I'm not well with instructions and words, so I hope you guys understand. But if you can get the idea from my explanation here, I hope you can try it. So that's what I've done, and until I got this look, and I just adhered one of the flat back pearls from my stash. For this 221, this is my favorite. I don't know if you've seen a fabric flower tutorial looking like this, but I took one of these. I have some other colors left. Tutu tool from the Piece by Piece, and we get one of these in a yard. And so what I did is I just cut it in half, used the half, and so this is what I have remaining. I just start from the end right here. Let me focus on that. There you go. And I just twist it or roll it, however you want to call it. So of course nicely if you were doing this not on camera. So I just twisted it or roll it, or make the trim go round and round all the way to the end. I'm almost at the end. And if you don't get a clean flat circle on top, you can just push it down, and there you go. So I just dab a lot of hot glue on here, and again using a circle felt. I cut my circle felts with my Sizzix die, if you guys are interested. I think this is an inch, and then I just apply that on there. And don't worry if you have excess here, because you're not gonna see that anyway. And then once I've done that, I look for the middle or the center of this. So let's just say this is the center, and that's when I put my flower center on. So for this one, I added some bling from my stash, flat back pearl from the Piece by Piece. And this bling right here is actually a mesh bling from the Piece by Piece again. It looks like this. It's a full sheet. There's a ton of them in here, and I cut them out individually and use them as accents or embellishments. I still have yet to explore what I can do with the whole sheet. I haven't tried die cutting it yet, but yeah, so I just added that on there, and it looks so cute. And then you can fluff it if you want, or you can have it flat. I kind of like it fluffed up. And then I just added one of those fabric flowers underneath. And then to give it more of a sturdy look again, I put a lot of a whole felt fabric all around. And then I know that you can see pink here. I run out of white. And then I adhered the headband and then put felt again to make sure it doesn't come off. And the headband parts, the elastic parts of my headbands here, I purchased them from my dollar store. My dollar store has a ton of them, like especially in the kids' hair accessories. They come in all different colors, and they're plain, and so you can just add on your fabric flower or your headband accessory. So for this one right here, this is my favorite actually. So what I've done, and let me just fluff it up to make it look pretty. What I've done with this one, and let me set this one down. I took one of these scallop flower trim. This is also from the Piece by Piece, and I've done the same thing as what I have done with the pleated trim. If I can grab another circle felt, fabric felt, and I used a bigger one. I think it was a 2-inch one, and then again just went around it like so, all around, and then that gives you this look. And then you can just fluff it up a little bit so it's not so flat. And then I just adhered it on. Of course, as you go around, you would put hot glue. For the tool, I did the same thing as the other one, and then I just applied the ribbon buckle in rhinestone right in the middle and some flat back pearls. Pretty easy, but they're a lot of fun to create. I love making headbands and hair accessories, if I haven't already said so. For this one's the second to the last one. This is also an interesting piece. I don't have any left, and I'm sorry I didn't save any, but if, like I said, refer to my blog listing, my product listing, and I'll have this up, and I'll have a link directly to the Etsy store where you can see this item. This one right here, what I've done is I sewn the back part, so I folded it in half. So let's just say this is what it looks like, because it comes sort of like this. Let me just double that. Folded it in half to get the center, and then I folded it like so. And then I just did a running stitch right in the middle. And once I've done the running stitch, I pulled it to gather the middle to give it like a bow look. So like this. So once you've done your running stitch and pull it, it will give you that look, the bow look. And so that's what I've done. That's what happened here. And it's a bit fluffy, so it's hard to see. So to give it more of an accent, I use this white bling trim from the Piece by Piece again. I don't know if Beverly still carries this. I think it's called French Stress. And I'll check the link for that one as well. But I love that, and I'm running out of it. So I just looped that around, wrapped it around the middle of the bow, and then again I took one of those it took the bling from the bling sheet right here, and I just applied it all over, and that's pretty much it. And it gives you this look right here, adding this to a lot of the projects, or especially in fabric accessories. It gives you the rocker chick look. That's pretty much it. And just this headband right here is just from my dollar store elastic. There you go. And then last but not least, this one's very easy, but it's so easy to create, but at the same time it's so cute on girls. Again, felt flower on the back, or felt fabric on the back. Use the shabby flowers or fabric flowers. I cannot speak. I'm so sorry, you guys. So layered that or staggered that on top of each other. And then I just added this Alice Bow resin piece from the Piece by Piece right in the middle to give it more of a girly look. So that's pretty much it for my design team project. And I hope you guys are having a good summer so far. I think that's it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye now.